Okay, cowboys, here we are at the workbench. We've clamped our cutting board to the bench using 2 quick grip clamps. The next task is to lay out the 2 lines that will connect these 2 holes and become the handle. So we're simply going to take a scale and we're going to slide it until we are tangent with the 2 holes. So the straight edge of this scale is tangent with this hole, and I'm simply going to mark it there. I'm going to slide it over till it's tangent to the edge of the other 2 holes, and we're just going to lay out those 2 lines. Then we will proceed to cut along those lines. But before we do that, we need to make a practice cut. So we're going to use our jigsaw here, and we're going to practice cutting right down the middle on that line that we drew earlier, this 2-inch line in the center, using this jigsaw to see how close we can get to the line without touching the line. Okay, so cowboys, here we are. We're about to take this jigsaw and make a practice cut. Make sure you have your safety glasses on. Make sure your board is clamped. The key here is to pull the trigger so that you have high repetitions of the blade. You want the blade to be moving full speed, but don't push forward quickly. Take your time, make a slow cut. So here we go, full speed. By cutting slowly, you'll have more control. You'll be able to keep the blade right next to the line without touching the line. If you practice and you're still not comfortable making the final cuts, it's real simple. Draw another line. Practice again. Draw another line. Practice again. Because you only get one chance to make this cut. So here we go. The final cut is just on the inside of this line, tangent to the circles, the holes that we drilled. So here we go. All we have to do now is repeat that cut over here, go to the spindle sander, and spindle sand that edge we just cut. Any questions? See your teacher.
3.
Okay, cowboys, here we are at the spindle sander. You can see we drilled our 2 holes on the outside of our handle. We drew our lines. You can still barely see the line right there. The lines were tangent to the holes that we drilled. We took the jigsaw and we cut right next to the line. You don't want to touch your line. If you touch your line, stop. Call your teacher over and get some help. So we're ready to sand this little area here that we jigsawed. We're ready to sand that right here at the spindle sander. So we're carefully going to lay that over the spindle. We're going to hold our board on the table. We're going to turn the machine on, and we're going to proceed to sand in between the 2 holes until we touch that pencil line that we drew earlier. So here we go. Power on, safety glasses on. We're ready to sand. Notice that I'm moving the board. You don't want to sand in one location. Always move the board back and forth until you sand right to the edge of that line. You'll sand both surfaces And then you'll take it over to a bench vise and you'll get in here and you'll hand sand the rest of it over.